Hi, welcome back to My Life Coach Sandra, the platform where we talk about mindset shifts, how you can go from an anxious mindset to a mindset that works for you. Also, you can overcome your challenges, grow within yourself, and live a life that completely works for you. If you're not already aware, today's video is part of our A Step Ahead series, the series where we grow, thrive, and live our best lives together. And we're kind of doing this together online and going through the motions. So if you haven't watched our last videos, they are linked down below. We've done 2 so far in this series. And yeah, check them out if you haven't already. You don't have to go in order if you don't feel like it. Remember, life is for living and it's completely up to you to live it how you want to. So if you want to watch this video first, amazing, thank you. But if you don't, head down to the description bar and you can find the last 2 videos below. The first video was about curiosity and being curious with the things that come up in your mind and being curious with how you talk to yourself and talk to other people. And then the second one was about being compassionate and showing yourself compassion and how you can show your mindset and your thoughts compassion. Remember, it's all about mind, body and soul. And then today's video is going to be about clarity and being clear with how you want to move forward with your life or with your mindset, and how you want to move forward with the thoughts and feelings that you experience. Now it's kind of navigating, okay, how do I clear out the space? How do I clear these thoughts out? And how do I get clear on who I want to be, who I want to become, the type of thoughts and feelings that person would carry around with them, how would they see themselves, how would they think, and then we kind of move on from there. So here are the steps on how to get clear with yourself and how to be clear with your mind and your mindset and get your mindset to work for you. Remember, you are always free to print it out and work along with me, but if that's not your vibe, just watch these videos. You're going to learn everything from me and we're going to grow and thrive together. But if you would like to download it, it's completely free and the link is down below. What do I mean by a mental clear out? I really do wish that there was a reset button that you guys could all press and you could start over again and get rid of this anxious mindset or get rid of any of the anxieties you experience or have. I really do wish there was a reset button. But the fact that there isn't a reset button, let's do something as close or as similar as we can get to a reset button. And this is a mental clear out. One of my favorite things when it comes to having a mental clear out is either one, talking to myself. I know it sounds crazy. A lot of people always say you shouldn't talk to yourself, but I really like having conversations with my mind and kind of diving deep and trying to understand myself. So that's the number one thing. Talk it out. Whether you're talking to yourself, you're talking into your phone, or you're talking to a therapist, or you're talking to a coach, a friend, a family member, whoever, wherever, whenever. Talk it out. That is one of my favorite things, to kind of get anything that's on my mind out. And I kind of love doing these videos too, because I quickly learn that there's a lot of work that I still need to do, because I tweak things and I work on things so I can deliver you guys like the best videos possible, or like the least mediocre videos. We're gonna grow and thrive together, so this channel's gonna change and we're gonna see it evolve, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, talk things out. The second thing is write it down. If you are really into writing stories, write a story about your mind, write a journal, write yourself an email, just do anything. You can even create like a fake text thread to yourself. And I know there's like loads of this new AI stuff where you can message random AI bots and stuff. You can even do that if you feel comfortable, go for it. If not, just write it down, write in a random text, send it to yourself, and that's what you need to do to get it out of your head. Other things you can do to get everything out of your mind and to have a mental clear out, it's to kind of do things that physically move your body and physically, wake your mind up. So whether that's meditating, walking, exercising, boxing, just don't fight with anyone to get your mind clear. Just do things that are physically nourishing and physically good for you, whether that's like tennis, anything. Do anything physical if you prefer that. And something that I feel like a lot more people are talking about and a lot more people are getting comfortable with acknowledging is crying it out. Like, allow your emotions to become physical, so you can physically see them. I think crying is like one of the best ways to just have a mental clear out. It's like having an internal shower. Well, that's coming out externally, but you're literally letting go of all that emotion and all that frustration, and sometimes all that anxiety that is built up because you're not bottling it up, you're not hiding it. I think when you cry, it's the clearest sign to anyone around you, even if you're by yourself, that you really just want to let something go and just get over these emotions and these thoughts and feelings, and you want your mindset to work for you. So yeah, cry it out. Cry in the shower, cry in the street, cry in the car, cry in your bed. Cry, just let your tears flow. The second thing that I think I always talk about, and I talk about it in different sections, so it might come up a lot because it's one of my favorite things, it's experience joy and kind of search for joy and increase your volume of joy or increase your experience of joy. Recently I've been finding that yes, I'm doing things that I enjoy and I really do like appreciate them, but when I'm done with those things that I enjoy, or when I'm done with that joy, it doesn't stay. I kind of am like, okay, I experienced that great thing that I love doing, but back to being emotional and back to having these anxious thoughts and back to a mindset that doesn't work for me. So I think what could help, and I think what I've been trying to incorporate, is doing something every day and incorporating joy into your daily life. It's not just these one and done big things that you're really proud of, or these one and done moments where you're experiencing joy but you know the rest of the time that's just not what's happening. I think it's so important to incorporate like the little wins. I love a little win. I love like just something for myself I can do for myself. Like today, for example, was going to be a chill day. I wasn't going to do anything, and I was feeling like, oh god, here's another day. I don't care if I waste this day away, but really and truly I should be doing something that I enjoy, just one thing, and then I can go back to just chilling and not doing anything. And that thing for me is creating this video and being on YouTube and interacting with you guys. That's my form of joy for today, and then tomorrow I'll find something else to be joyful about. But when it comes to joy, it allows you to kind of start to explore what it is that brings you happiness. It allows your mind to focus on those things for just a little bit. Even if it's for a little bit or a little moment, it allows your mind to focus on that and hold on to that. Because this whole time, throughout this whole process so far, we focused on what we don't like, the things that we want to change, the things that we're not a fan of. Okay, but now it's time to focus on the good things and the things that we do like. So what are they? So explore joy and get clear on the things that make you happy and the things that, you know, lift you up a little bit. I think there's this quote that I really like, and it's in the workbook. Forgive me if I get this quote completely wrong. You guys can just correct me in the comments. But I think it goes something like, when you're clear about the things that make you happy, healthy, that make you a good person and make you feel good, you become happy, healthy, you become a good person, you become that feel good energy because it's a part of you now. So if we are able to kind of search for those things and dive deep into those things, then we're able to get clear on it and become it and allow it to be part of our everyday lives and not just a moment of joy experienced in life. It's consistent. And the final thing on how you become clear and kind of shift your mindset from an anxious mindset to a mindset that works for you is exploring your why. So why do you want to shift your mindset? Why do you want to go from one point to another? I think it's really easy to say, I just don't like being anxious. I don't like being, you know, consistently fighting with myself. I don't want to consistently be feeling a way that doesn't work for me. Okay, but I need you to dive deeper. What is it about feeling that way and being that way and thinking that way that you don't like? Like, what is it that you don't like about it? And that can be your why. So for example, I always love to like throw myself, because I want you guys to know that I've come from so far, but I've still got I've come from far, but I've still got such a long way to go. But I want you guys to understand that because I'm doing this and because we're doing these videos together and exploring these thoughts and feelings together, I want you to understand that I come from a place of knowing. I come from a place of being exactly where you are, and sometimes going back there and needing those tools again to kind of get me back to where I want to be. So my third and final thing is really explore your why. And for me, my why was because I knew that there was I'm trying to like get my words. For me, my why was because I knew that there was so much that I wanted to accomplish. I knew that I wanted to have a life where I was at least happy about something every single day. Not necessarily happy within myself, because of course we have mood changes and we experience challenges, but I wanted to be like, okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that area of my life. And I knew that my anxiety or my anxious mindset wasn't going to get me there, and it was kind of going to hinder me rather than help me. And I knew that if I could step out of my comfort zone and if I could do the things I knew I was capable of doing, then I would achieve a space that I'd be comfortable in. That was my why. I knew that my anxious mindset just wasn't working for me, and I wanted to know that I made an effort, right? I was doing something for myself, and I was doing it because I was happy to do it. So that was my why. And like most people, you have goals and targets for your life, and you have aspirations. And I knew that if I was to achieve at least 10% of any of those aspirations, my mind had to shift, right? I had to get out of this box. That not necessarily that I had put myself in, and not even that society had put me in, but kind of all the challenges that I had faced had put me in, right? Just a culmination, if that's the word. Kind of like just a bundle of stuff was happening, and then I went into a box that I just didn't recognize. So I was like, I have to shift this, because I have to become who I know I can be in order for my life to shift and change, and in order for me to grow. So I want that for you guys as well. So explore your why, kind of write it down and see why you want to shift your mindset. And it's okay if you want to shift your mindset so you can make more money. It's absolutely fine if you want to shift your mindset so you can do X, Y, and Z and live this life and do these things. Your why is yours. It's no one else's. It's not up for debate. It's completely your reason. And if you want to do anything in life and it works for you and it's good for you and it's healthy and you're not putting anyone else in danger and you're not kind of making anyone else's life hell on earth, because that's not nice. When we're good people, we're kind people over here. Don't play, okay? Be a good person. As long as you're doing things that are intentional, go for it. Figure out your why. No matter what your why is, it's not for anyone else to judge, period. If you have access to the workbook and you downloaded the workbook, great, amazing, keep it. It's for you. But if you have access to the workbook, you can probably see currently that there are extra steps in the workbook and extra steps that you guys can kind of take on and use in life. I don't want to be mean and say, oh my god, go get the workbook so you can see the extra steps. I'm just going to tell you what they are, because they're not mine. They don't belong to me. They belong to Courtney Caver. I hope I'm saying that name right. And they're just steps that I saw and I really dived deep into and I really liked and I appreciated. So I'm going to share them with you. These are the steps that I think I'm currently using and I really do appreciate them. So number one, Courtney kind of talks about challenging your never, and what they mean by that is challenging the things you say you would never do. So for example, oh my god, I would never ... oh my god, I would never go skiing. You never know, you might enjoy it and become like an Olympic skier. You don't know. Oh my god, I would never spend money on that. Well, what you spend money on and what someone else spends money on is completely different, and you never know. If you spend money on that thing might lead to something else. You just never know. So challenge your never and explore why you say you would never do something, because there's sometimes an underlying feeling behind that. 2, experiment. Just try things out, see what happens. The worst case scenario, you've probably already thought about it. If you're an anxious mindset girly, you've probably already thought about the worst case scenario. So if that worst case scenario comes true, I've already thought about it and I already know how I'm going to get out of it. I already know what's going to come with it, and you pretty much already have the tools to overcome it and thrive and live your best life. So experiment, try things out, try career journeys out, try new friendships, try new food, all within your own capacity, of course. I'm not saying do anything that's harmful to you, but try things out, experiment with life. Honestly, at this point, anything that we do in this life is very much experimental, and we're all throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. So yeah, try things out, experiment, and have fun with it in the meantime. This is like the first time I'm filming really closely, and I feel like it's really, oh, we're close to each other today. And I'm here with a bare face purely because I needed a break from makeup this week, but it is what it is. We come as ourselves, come as you are, as they like to say, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, the last thing that Courtney talks about, and something that I really took on and that I really appreciate, is doing things one at a time, right? When it comes to shifting your mindset, going from one place to another, we try and do everything all at once. We try and do, what do they call it? Like, it's like a moving van, right? We try and pack everything in, we try and do everything all at once. We're like, okay, I want to shift. I don't want to be the old version of me. I want to be the better version of me. But then you get overwhelmed. Then things start to change all a bit too quickly, and you sometimes don't even feel like you recognize yourself. You don't feel like you recognize your life. You don't recognize who you're becoming. And then sometimes you might even find yourself in that middle ground of like, I don't know who I am, and you feel as though you might experience an identity crisis, and you're like, I'm making all these changes but nothing's changing, or everything's just happening either too quickly or too slowly. So we're going to stop. We're going to peel it back. We're going to breathe. And we're going to do one thing at a time. It's like that Jordan Sparks song. And I don't want to get copyrighted, so please go and find that Jordan Sparks song. Is it Jordan Sparks? I hope so. I hope that's her name. But yeah, it's like that one step at a time. There's no need to rush. It's like learning to fly and falling in love. I think those are the lyrics. I'm saying it so I don't get copyrighted, and two, I can't sing. So yeah, it's like that song. Just take one thing at a time, take one step at a time, and shift one thing at a time. You can either choose that one thing that's really your pain point, right? The one thing that's really bothering you, and start from there. Or you can choose something really, really small and say, okay, I'm going to shift my life and shift my mindset this way. For example, if you want to become more active and you want to get back into exercise and you want to do something for your body and you want to move your body, try saying, okay, once a week I'm going to do a 5-minute exercise. Then the next week you're going to shift it to 10 minutes, and the next week shift it to 20, up until you feel comfortable, or up until you start working out 2 times a week, then 3 times a week, then 4 times a week, then 5 times a week, then 6 times a week, 7 times a week if you're mad. But again, I love madness, so do as you please. But yeah, kind of just do things one at a time and allow yourself to shift slowly. So yeah, that is everything on how to be clear with yourself, gain clarity on how to move forward. I hope that video was kind of succinct enough and you feel as though you got all the information you needed. I just want us to feel comfortable within ourselves and to say it's okay that we want to shift and improve ourselves and improve our minds and do the things that work for us, and we're trying to become better people. And I hope you can share these videos with the people around you, the people that you like, even the people that you don't like. Just share them around and let's create some kind of community, shifting their mindset from an anxious mindset to a mindset that works for them. Remember, you're not stuck anywhere and you're completely free to shift and change and rework things. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I love making them, as always. I love doing these videos. I really do try and like spruce things up, switch things up. I don't know, we're learning together, I'm learning as I go, but that doesn't mean just because I'm learning that I'm not doing it. So I'm learning, but I'm doing the thing while learning. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a lovely day, week, month, year, and yeah, see you in the next one. If you have the workbook, you know what's coming, but if you don't, see you next week, and I hope you're surprised and happy to continue on with me on this journey. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, press that notification button so you know when we upload. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye.